No, sir.
What?
You are in custody right now. If you leave the courtroom, it's a felony escape.
That's a felony to put me in custody because you have no authority or jurisdiction or standing.
Alright folks, today we're looking at one of the most intense and unusual court hearings I've seen in a long time. This defendant, who identifies as a sovereign citizen, is in court because he ignored a warrant and refused to turn himself in. What makes this case even more bizarre is that he's actually claiming he doesn't legally exist. Now, a quick heads up, the video quality isn't the best, but trust me, this hearing is one of the most fascinating ones I've come across recently. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the arguments being made here. And if you're into wild courtroom moments like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's jump right in.
Okay, so you failed to appear for court multiple times in this case.
Your Honor, just for the record, the named defendant is actual property, a registered trade name. And the case has also been certified as a fraud. I have court certified documents to prove that. That should be on the record. And that's the reason why it was certified to be a fraud, because the plaintiff is a foreign-owned private corporation, of which I have no contract with, and neither does the registered trade name. And the registered trade name has been used without authorization and permission, and there's an act of identity theft. And that's probably one of the reasons also why the state has acquiesced that both cases are a fraud. Let me add one more piece of information. I am a foreign sovereign with respect to the privately owned foreign corporation known as the state of Washington.
Yes, on the 303 matter, Mr. Haywood was sentenced to serve 4 days in jail. He failed to report to the jail on June 29, 2020. June 29, 2023, and we're asking him to be taken into custody to serve that time.
No objection, Your Honor. I actually contacted the jail to make special arrangements to deliver the defendant with the special arrangements to not damage the paper, and the jail refused. So I attempted to deliver the defendant, and objection, the state has no standing as they are representing a privately owned foreign corporation, and the prosecutor is not licensed to practice law in this country.
So here's what happened. This guy actually walked into the jail with a piece of paper that had his name on it and claimed he was turning himself in by handing over the paper. Seriously, he thought that would count. He expected the staff to just take it and say, "Alright, we'll arrest you now." Of course, they didn't accept it because it was just a random piece of paper, not an actual surrender. Now, I'm not sure if this man truly believes what he's saying or if he's just doing it all for attention. I've seen quite a few sovereign citizen cases, but this one really stands out as one of the most over the top. Let me know what you think about this situation in the comments, and let's get back into it.
Okay, so I think it's the 303 that he was convicted and ordered to do jail, and you believe that he didn't comply with jail because there's a docket entry that said defendant complied with jail. Maybe that was an error.
That was probably my attempt to deliver the defendant to the jail, but they refused. And just to clarify, the defendant only exists on paper, just as the plaintiff only exists on paper. The jail refused the paper, and here we are today. And the state still hasn't proven standing yet, by the way, as well.
So, Mr. Haywood, it doesn't look like you did the sentence on the 303 matter, and so I am going to quash the warrant. However, I am going to have you serve that time.
Okay, well, I'll deliver the paperwork to the jail. That's fine. I tried to once before, but they refused it. And just to clarify, I'm not the defendant. There is nothing on there, nor is there any testimony from anybody as firsthand witnesses under penalty of perjury that I am the defendant. And I've uploaded plenty of documentation to prove I'm not the actual defendant. That is a registered trade name, matter of public record, and registered with the state. So if you want me to serve some jail time, then we're going to need to change who the defendant is, because I'm not the defendant.
All right. So can you upload a new commitment?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the reason they couldn't put my name on there as a defendant is because I'm a foreign sovereign with respect to the corporate entity known as the state of Washington, of which I have no contract with.
Well, you had your day in court on the 303 matter. You had a trial. You represented yourself or the defendant, whichever way you want to say it, but you represented the defendant yourself. And you were convicted and you were ordered to serve 4 days in jail. You didn't do that. And so
The defendant was ordered to serve 4 days in jail, and I attempted to deliver the defendant to the jail, but the jail refused.
okay, well, I'm going to make sure that they don't, because I've done a new commitment for you today so that they won't refuse for the defendant to serve that time. You're going to serve those 4 days and then you'll be released, and nothing more will happen on that 303 case. You'll be done. And then this case will be heard August 24th at 10:30 in the morning. If you change your mind about representing yourself, then you can ask for help if you want it. If you don't want help, we don't have to have it. So we'll see you in August. I'm going to have you take a seat right over there.
I won't be here for the defendant on August 24th. Would you like me to deliver the defendant to the jail?
I would like you to sit over there
Is there any
with
standing
the
or
defendant.
jurisdiction chosen, proven here yet?
Please go take a seat.
Okay, so let the record reflect no jurisdiction has been proven.
With this whole multiple personalities routine is really starting to go overboard. Honestly, I think the judge should have held him in contempt by now. The man is being openly disrespectful, constantly interrupting, questioning the court's authority, and acting like he actually has a chance with this approach. The moment he said he doesn't even recognize his own name, that would have been enough for me to stop the nonsense right there. You just can't walk into a courtroom and behave like this, especially when you're expected to follow the law, not rewrite it to suit yourself. What do you think? Should the judge have stepped in sooner? Or is this just one of those moments where all you can do is watch it unfold? Let's jump back in and see what happened.
And neither has the identity of the defendant definitively been established.
Okay, please go take a seat. Sonia Sesko, customer 2310242. Mr. Haywood, sit down.
Am I obligated to follow these rules?
You are going to sit down right now.
Do you have any jurisdiction? I don't believe you have any jurisdiction's been proven yet.
Please sit down.
Are you threatening me with violence?
I'm asking you to sit down.
You only have authority over the defendant. You have no authority.
What do you think you're doing?
Mr. Haywood?
You're escaping?
I got things to do.
No, sir.
What?
You are in custody right now. If you leave the courtroom, it's a felony escape.
It's a felony to put me in custody because you have no authority or jurisdiction or standing. You got some proof of
Okay,
that?
well, we are all being recorded, so if you leave this courtroom, it'll be a felony escape charge. Your
So you-
choice.
Okay, well then, I guess in the best interest of peace, in regards to your violence, I will go ahead and relax for a minute, but let's get with it. I got things to do. Got it?
What was that just thrown?
Car
keys.
Do you know that person?
Yeah, they're my voice.
Okay. All right. So thank you. Mr. Haywood has been very disruptive. He tried to leave the courtroom once he was placed in custody. So just FYI, be careful with him.
So, give me a break. Can I just see just need to see it, thank you. Can I see who's being put into custody, please? I just need to see the name. I just need to see the name of the person. Okay, that's not me, that's the problem here.
Our Sanborn's matter, we're here today on.
That's not me.
Compliance issue.
The name is saying it, but that's my registered trade
Let me
name.
go over that with him.
I got all that documentation right here.
Okay, good. So we're
You want
gonna take care of
it?
it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is the defendant technically.
If you want that, I can go with you, put everything private.
Hold on 1 second. Well, that's taken care of.
We can figure it out when we get the right name.
Did she file a notice of appearance?
I will make sure that she does, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I haven't had enough coffee yet today. So yeah, no, you've got Ms. Bradshaw, so that's fine. You don't need to do those forms. But she does need to file a notice.
That's about enough of this sovereign citizen situation. At this point, it was definitely time for authorities to step in and take him into custody. He seems to be fully committed to the sovereign citizen script, and honestly, it's hard not to wonder if he's part of one of those online groups promoting this stuff. These individuals really believe they can ignore the law just by claiming they're not part of the legal system, but that's simply not how it works. Yelling, "I don't recognize your laws" doesn't get you out of trouble, it just makes things worse. Instead of finding a clever loophole, they end up getting themselves into deeper legal problems. A lot of the time, these situations could have been resolved with something simple, maybe just a small fine, but instead, they push conspiracy theories and end up facing serious consequences. It's honestly sad to see, because the courts don't play along with this behavior. You can shout all you want, but if you break the law and refuse to take responsibility, jail is where it leads. What do you think? Was this guy completely out of touch? Or was he just trying to play a part? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy wild courtroom moments like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.